Shalom. Kol halalim la Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, which means all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the Most High's name, which means He exists. Yahweh Shai is our deliverer, He delivers. Bahashem means in the name, okay? And that name is given to the elect of Israel, whoever you are, across the four corners of the earth, the Israelites. And this is not a black thing, okay? Because even though Brakti Yahweh B'Hashem Yashai are melanated, right? I wouldn't come under the specific banner of black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, even though I am from the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? So, and the elders mentioned that as well, that Ezekiel 37, the one stick, which is the 12 tribe chart, is focused on ground zero Babylon. But they are Israelites, pursuant to Deuteronomy 28, verse 64, that are scattered to the four corners of the earth. So it doesn't matter what you look like, okay? If this strikes a, shall I use the word rapport, or it strikes a spiritual chord within yourself and you really feel connected, really feel drawn, you are really, you can just about watch a slave movie because you get pissed off with Esau, Edom, the so-called YT man, you know, doing committing atrocities upon the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. You get really pissed off and angry. You know, you are always there. Like you were always. What's the word, man? You were like you felt kinship. You know what I mean? And you Israelites, will know coming up, right? Like me personally, right? I feel more comfortable around my people, Jake. Jacob that has somewhat of their common sense. Okay, they may, they may be in the world, they may not know the truth, but they're working men. They're balanced out. They're not drug users, you know. They're just Jakes at work, right? You feel more comfortable around. Like, for example, I'm in the UK. I feel more comfortable around Benjamin, Israelite foreigners from northern India, the Punjabis. Okay, Punjab means the land of the five rivers. Okay, there's a lot of history to that land. A lot of warriors come out of that land. All the greatest lovers come from that land. All the greatest wrestlers, athletes, all the actors and Bollywood stars, actresses come from that part of the world, because that's Jake. Okay, it's on the border of Persia. Okay, and the best looking people come from that part of the land as well. Hence the reason why all the greatest Bollywood stars, male and female, okay, very attractive people, are all Israelites. I know because I grew up in the culture and I can discern who's who. Nevertheless, this is not a black thing, which is the point I was trying to make. So this is not, no, there's no such thing as no fucking black Hebrew Israelites. Black means void of light, evil, dingy, dark, okay? And I've never seen a so-called black man. I've never seen a black man, okay? I've seen brown men, who would be known, the world would not call them the Negroes, okay? I've never seen a black man, all right? Now, I've never seen a white man. I've seen an Edomite. I've seen a red man, complexion of a pig, which is a so-called YT man, Edomite, white man, right? Caucasian cave dweller, all right? So Romans 8:16, if your spirit bears witness, all right, I would suggest you gravitate towards this truth if it's the Lord's will and hold on to it like an anchor, okay? Because time is short and Lord willing, time speeds up faster. Because the reason why I woke up this morning on a Saturday and I was real pissed off, man. I was just angry, man, at everything, but I'm trying to calm myself down because I'm fed up of this world. And I'm fed up of, we're blessed, okay? But Jake, the curses are going on upon our enemies, pursuant to Deuteronomy 30, verse 7. But still, there's certain things and desires and wants that we have, which are not out of this world, of course. They're just basic desires and wants, right? And sometimes they come later. They come later than sooner, when you want them sooner rather than later, And ultimately, I just pray to Yahweh Hashem Yashai, Lord, even if you don't give me these things right now, if these things don't happen, please let all hell break loose. And Lord willing, Yahweh Hashem Yashai Ratazah, when hell breaks loose, I'm girded up and ready. I'm not in bed in my robe. I'm not, you know, you know, I don't know, doing something. Basically, I'm not caught off guard, right? I'm girded up, ready. I'm dressed, and boom, we go, right? Because we've got to be pilgrims upon the earth, right? And basically, man, I want to get the fuck out of here, man. I want to go home. I've been homesick since I was a child. I've always felt that longing and that desire to be around people that are like-minded. And in this world, I used to fill that gap with, being in the hood, right? Because the world that I grew up in, London, was in the 80s and 90s, was a very, especially the 70s and 80s, was a very Benjaminite, Israelite foreigner neighborhood where we stuck together and fought against the skinheads, right? There was a camaraderie. Then eventually the Benjaminite brothers in the late 90s, I believe, moved away out of the part of London that we were in because a surge of Somalians came in that neighborhood, right? And Benjamin moved down to East and South London where there was a whole bunch of Benjaminites because, we're not in the truth, but we gravitate towards each other because, we were cool with each other because then lo and behold, you find out many years later that we're the same people, right? And Benjamin moved away and they went to a place where there were more Benjaminites because, they want to say wagwan, they want to eat some rice and peas and chicken and stuff, which which we Israelite foreigners eat the same thing too. But you know how it is, like amongst your specific tribe, you have those terms and slang, and you can talk about what island you're from and your family. Oh, do you know the Murphy family? Yeah, I know the Murphy family. Oh, hello, Mrs. Smith. All these kinds of things. That camaraderie, that closeness is there, which I can completely understand. Right. Hence the reason why you see certain neighborhoods populated with certain ethnic groups because they all gravitate towards a certain closeness and a culture. Like Ishakar would be around Ishakar. Ishakar would call himself here. That's Rasa. That's my Rasa. But then the Colombian comes in. Oh, that's not Rasa. These dumb niggas don't even know that. Colombian, which I believe is a tribe of Asher. I think, not too sure. I believe the Asherites. Are our people too, but they are just from a different part of South America. It is, so that longing was filled with being in the hood around my people because I'd be working and I'd be around Edomites all day. And as soon as I saw my stop in London coming from the city of London and I saw my part in London and I saw certain, landmarks and I saw certain people, of color, and man, I would feel at home and I'd get off there and I'd come, I'd take a sigh of relief, I'm back in my neighborhood and, and then I'll go to the pub, walk there, have a nice cold beer, on a Friday afternoon after work, knock that down straight to the brain, get that little nice lawful buzz. You know what I mean? I'll feel at home. And then, that longing was never filled because really we want to go home. Okay. I know it's been 8 minutes I've been talking. So let's go to the scriptures. Salakia for that, man. So I thought I'd just give you a little bit of, the Lord's going to bless you. The Lord's going to give you things. The Lord's going to give you a nice, clean home. The Lord's going to give you a woman if it's the Lord's will. The Lord will give you nice clothes on your back. And if the Lord gives you luxuries, that's a barakim. That's a beautiful thing. But the main thing is, regardless of having all these things, right, you're not going to ever be comfortable here. And as an hopeful elect member, you don't want to be comfortable here. I don't want, Yahweh Shemashai forbid, right, that I feel so comfortable here that I want to stay here. I don't want to stay here. And even if I was comfortable, I mean, look at King Solomon. He was comfortable. He had everything. All right. He was handsome. He's tall, swole, probably. We don't know what he looked like because back in the ancient world, I mean, he was a Judite. So, he was very comely, man. He probably looked better than Shamar Moore in his prime, man, or better than that R&B singer Genuine in his prime, you think about certain R&B stars, women loved back in the day, women throwing their panties at them and bras and shit, right? But anyway, King Solomon was a comely dude, a handsome man, and he had 1,000 women, 700 Israelite wives, and 300 concubines. Riches galore, gold, silver, mansions, everything. All right. And, most importantly, he had the Lord's name. But he still even said, it's not the kingdom. This is all vanity. That's the kind of mindset you got to be in. Even if you do have a few nice things and things are working out, but then things go a little bit wrong here and there. That's the Lord just balancing you out. Okay. The main thing is this is not our rest, and you don't want to be here, man. You want to be successful in a world where these crackers are ruling over you and these heathens are ruling over you. You're not meant to be comfortable here. Why? Because we should be longing for the kingdom, and we should be it should be like a race, man. I want to just run towards it, and Brakti Habashim Mashai, the time is speeding up. Okay? So we're coming to that point where you shouldn't feel comfortable here. All right? That comfort, that rest, okay, will come in the kingdom. We'll be here when the Lord Yahushua arrives and you're beamed into the chariots, and then all your problems are over. Take a sigh of relief. You know what I mean? Come on. All right? We're going to be with the Lord, man. All that knowledge and serving the Lord correctly. Oh, man. Like-minded people, peace and peace. Just peace. And beholding our King Yahushua, looking up at him. And he looks down at you with favor, man, Lord willing. We're talking about the power of heaven and earth, man. The only begotten Son of the Most High, Yahweh, right? And the Lord Most High has given power to his Son, man. Our King. Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. All right, this is not our rest. It's polluted. Demonic vibrations everywhere, all the signs and all the Nike sign, the Google sign, or all kinds of signs, the road signs are all got a demonic element to it. If you look at certain things carefully, there's 666 thrown into it. Even when people are buried, it's 6 feet, 6x6 or whatever, that bullshit. And when that C19 thing was going on, it's 6 feet apart. The barcode's got 666 in it. It's all on demonic vibration, Homosexuals are propped up and used as idols, Men wearing flipping thongs in the street, like women, and that's applauded, and women are there on the sideline clapping that shit with their children, and that's normalized. But God for but let some beautiful, sexy women with curves and with thongs and looking beautiful and sexy with their long hair come out on the high street, parading around. Watch the women get angry. Oh, this is disgraceful. It's naked women. You shouldn't have either. All right. But the normalcy is the women. Okay. That's for men's eyes. All right. No normal person wants to see a bunch of faggots rubbing it up or a bunch of dykes rubbing it up. Okay. Okay. We're in a very demonic, fucked up world, man. Pardon my French. The food is poisoned. I bought chicken breasts. I'm looking at the chicken that I buy each week. It's flipping glued together with meat glue, right? And I'm trying to look at things, trying to buy things that are, a little bit better, so we're not eating so much poison, But the Lord did say we're going to eat our bread defiled in this world, Hence the reason why prayer is so important, so the Lord can cover you with his wings and take the demonic elements out of that food so he can sustain you until we are changed, okay? This whole world is fucked. All right, and you're not meant to be comfortable here. Yeah, you think you're eating a steak with mashed potatoes and some greens? How do you know that steak is real? Have you ever eaten a real steak in your life? I mean, we're going to find out in the kingdom what real lamb tastes like, what real beef tastes like, what real chicken tastes like, and other lawful meats that Yahweh Shemashai is going to bless us. All right, I know I'm all over the place, but I'm just letting you know, man. This world is effed, man. All right, Micah 2:10 again. Arise ye and depart. For this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. You see famous Jakes all the time, Pop Smoke and this, that, and the third. The curse is coming upon them. Ghostface. How come every rapper and artist, their son is a homosexual? Basketball star, their son is a homosexual or a mole or a transmission, right? I'm using code. Use your common sense, right? Is one of them. Why? It's all a ritual. They have to do that. And then you see all these stars, their children are getting deleted, at a certain age. And you look at the age, 27, 36, and you do your research. It all has a demonic vibration. They sacrifice. Jennifer Hudson, the husky bitch, didn't she delete her mother? Didn't what's that other guy's name? The one with the big chin. He's got a chin like Jay Leno. What's his name? Um, what's that guy? The one who's married to the Kardashians. What's that guy's name, man? Let me Google his name, man. Who's married to Kim Kardashian, the black guy? Forgot his name, man. Oh, Kanye West. That's it, Kanye West. Yeah. Look at Kanye West. Didn't he delete his mother? All right. Didn't he delete his mother? I mean, this whole world is fucked. All right. So even if you do attain something, it's all on demonic vibration, and you will never ever have peace. All right. So we are way, way, way better off than these so-called millionaires and billionaires on this side, man. Fuck Esau Edom. I'm talking about Jacob. Look at these Jakes that are sold out. I don't give a shit what they're rolling around in their ghosts with their big cigars in their mouth and their pinky rings that cost $100,000 or whatever. When they go home, they can't look in the mirror because the demon right behind them saying peekaboo, scaring the shit out of them. And hey man, the people like Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, man, they got some horrible things coming to them, man, because how popular and rich they are. The shit that they've done to attain what they've got, man. Shit. And they all deal with transformers as well, man. But in this world, you're going to be tested. All right. You're going to be tried and refined, literally. You're going to be purified. All right. But there's a reward for all the hard work that you put in or whatever your lot is. All right. Ecclesiasticus 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai, prepare thy soul for temptation. All right. You're going to be going through temptations. All right. You could be in a situation where you're in the truth. Right. And you've had a dry spell when it comes to women. And a woman walks up to you. She might have a child. Listen, she might have a child with her or not. And she's super fine and built. Right. Super fine and built. And I'm talking about she makes that. She put it this way. She makes your she increases, she you basically, when you look at her, it's like you want to devour her. You know what I mean? Bedroom wise, I'm talking about, right? And then, you see that there's a tan line on her finger, her left hand. Even though we don't believe in that Romanesque, that Edomite bullshit of wearing wedding rings, but in this world, it's an indication. Some women put it on because they get harassed a lot by men, okay, by ugly men that they don't really like. Or some women literally have it on, because they are actually married or engaged. But some women take it off because they want to play the field, right? And you might ask the woman, are you married? You with someone or whatever, and you got to use spiritual discernment, all right? The Lord might give you a green light saying, she might be single or whatever. That's cool. Now, but if there's a gut feeling inside you saying, man, she could be married, she could be lying, whatever, right? I would suggest you don't mess with her. Be patient, have faith, and the Lord will give you a woman, and she'll be clean, and she'll be concise, and she'll be single, and then you can get down with her in the bedroom, right? But sometimes married women can come onto you, and the married woman that comes onto you carries a certain type of demonic energy, which really hits your lust points. She might be a D cup, bra wise, big breasts, long hair, beautiful, beautiful face, beautiful lips. She might have that you just want to really kiss her up. We're men, right? Come on, man, right? And she's got real curvaceous figure, great legs, manicure and pedicure on point. She's wearing them high heels with them stockings on. Are you telling me, that could happen? And that's a temptation, and she could be married. And some brothers get caught up in that. And the idea is not to get caught up in that, man. All right. Now you can get the same thing, but just aim for single women. All right. And always have that thing in your mind when you do approach a woman before you even introduce yourself. Say, hey, whatever you do go about introducing yourself, always add the element of, do you have a man? Do you have a man? That is a must. Okay. That is a must. Do you have a man? All right. She says no. And the Lord knows you're doing your part. And then if it's all good, go ahead. But otherwise, if you got that your spiritual firewall popping up in your mind, thinking, man, this something ain't right here. Something's not right. You run away from her, boy. I tell you, okay? Because that's a test in itself. Okay, I'm just giving this as a temptation because, with men, women are a huge, huge, huge temptation. Okay, because in the world, your dumbass will probably deal with it, saying, "I don't give a shit." Her man don't know. I've never done it personally, but actually, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. This is like way, way, way before I was married, and I'm divorced now, of course, but way before I was married. And shit, I don't even know about my ex-wife, whether you know what, we're going back plus 20 years, so I don't know, but you know, but Lord willing, I'm gonna stay away from things like that. Single women all day, married women, betrothed women, women that are engaged, women that are seeing somebody. I don't give a shit if they've not consummated their relationship, had sex, or whatever. I'm not dealing with them. All right. Women are a huge temptation for most healthy young jakes. Okay, and the Lord knows, and plus Satan knows what's your temptations, what's your lacking, and these things will be presented to you. So you got to use your spiritual sat nav, so to speak, and make sure you pray to Yahweh Hashem Ashai that you don't come across that. If you do come across a woman, Lord willing, let her be single. Ecclesiasticus 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Ashai, prepare thy soul for temptation. And there's a lot of stories that we hear from our apostles and elders and brothers that teach us, okay, of Great Millstone that mention, oh, so and so was a teacher, was a prophet, was teaching with us, but yeah, he wanted to be, he's got a gift of singing, and he wanted to buy his mother a house, and I think it was GMS Virgin Islands. The brother said it was from the West Indies, I believe, something along those lines. And he wanted to buy his mother a house, and he wanted to be an R&B star, so he left the truth. And then he went to a birthday party or some album launch party, and somebody went pop, pop, pop with some, with the pistol. There were shots fired, and he was deleted. He failed the test ultimately because he left the truth for what? For the short-term riches and comfort of this world, of being a millionaire and buying a house for his mum. You know what I mean? That's a temptation there as well. You should know this world is on its way out, man. Okay? This place is done. They ain't shit here no more. All right? Okay? We got a lot of gifts coming to us. Be patient. All right? They say patience is a virtue, right? Or good things come to those who wait. All right? And the Lord, Yahweh Shemeshai, has sped up the time for the elect's sake. All right? And the time is speeding up. All right? Because the Lord has got a lot for us in store, man. All right? And those gifts are going to be given to the elect, whoever they are. All right. But the blessing of being an Israelite is beautiful, man, because obviously we want to make it the first trip into them chariots. Right. But the fact remains is you're an Israelite. And either way, you're going to be good in the kingdom. But obviously, if you do have to die on this side, let it be a righteous death. Let it be you're not begging or pleading for your life. You just put your head in the guillotine, or however the Lord will delete you. Have faith and believe in the Lord, and the Lord will comfort you, man, and get you through it. All right? But you'll be good in the kingdom. But because a lot of these, heathens and Edomites, they die. Hey, they're going into slavery. Okay, they may rest in the spiritual realm for a short while, but they're going straight into slavery, and they're going to have no happiness ever. All right? Okay? But us Jakes, we got a lot coming to us. And Lord willing, you're part of that number. You're going to be good money. John 14:2. In my Father's house are many mansions. Okay? If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you. All right? Listen, man, bro. Listen, if you're into the astronomy, not astronomy, knowing about stars and different planets and that, the Earth is always forever expanding. Okay? Forever expanding. And this is going to be, it's not just going to be this world. We're going to be there's going to be other worlds as well. Okay? There'll be other planets. Okay? All right? And what you think that you might see Watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like back in the day, you see that lovely mansion on the outside, the white walls and everything, and the nice palm trees. That ain't shit, man. Okay, that's like a shack to what Yahweh Bashim Hashai is going to give his elect men and his children. Okay, we got a lot of gifts coming, man. A lot of gifts. Okay, because you think that you're gonna go through hell and high water, and you're gonna do what you're gonna do, whatever is your lot. You're not gonna get blessed. Okay, even in a race, okay, you make it through. What happens? Or you win a race. Okay, what happens? You put the hard work in, or you're doing an exam. You pass your exam. What happens? You get your certificate, which is part of that, which is a gift, right? We're talking about this world right now, right? It is a gift, right? Or your dad says to you, okay, son, if you pass your exams or whatever, right, I'm going to buy you a new car. I'll put down £5,000 or $5,000 from me, and you put in the rest yourself. Okay. Now, if you don't pass, you're not going to get that money from your dad, right? So that's just like in this world, a small, minor thing, as Benjamin says, it's a minor thing, right? But how much more His Majesty Yahweh Bahashem Yahshai, man? All right? Eternal life, being handsome as fuck, you know what I mean? Beautiful wives, right? Spiritual power, all right? But most importantly, we're going to be with Yahweh Shai, man. You know? Can you imagine sitting at a long table and yet His Majesty Yahweh Shai is there? Just imagine, man. We're talking about the only begotten Son, the Most High Son, man. That just like, I'm saying it right now, and my legs, the hairs on my legs and my arms are just like standing up. And I feel like this exhilarated feeling right now when I'm saying it. You know, that's probably like that's a paraphrasing of scripture. The Spirit is passing you in it. Spirit has touched you or something, right? Actually, let me get that, man. Yeah, Job 4:15. Then a spirit passed before my face, the hair of my flesh stood up. Yeah. And, you know, I was just saying that, and, you know, it's just amazing. I know I've talked a lot, Salakia, for that. And I was just feeling a certain way this morning, and I just had to get a lot off my chest. And I hope this, you know, lets a lot of you hopeful elect members know that whatever you're going through, it's meant to happen, even though you are pissed off like a motherfucker, you know. Part of my French, you know, you'll get angry, you'll get frustrated, but at the end of it, it's everything is done for a reason, and it's to keep you on your toes. But those blessings will come. Okay, you will get blessed, and also you got to look at yourself as well. When you're in the world compared to how you are now, right? Aren't you in a better position? Think about it in every single way, spiritually, physically, mentally, and even certain cases for some Jakes financially. Okay, you were going through hell and high water finding a job, and you were still going through hell and high water finding a job when you came into the truth. Okay, and you're still going through hell and high water for a couple of years, but you were maintaining. And then as you get better and better and better in every single way, the Lord blesses you a way to earn your daily bread in a lawful way. And then you can actually finally start doing things, you know? Like his elder Micah Allah from the West Coast camp. No, it's not the Los Angeles camp. It's some of my favorite teachers, but they're from the West Coast, man. You know, they do the sit downs Friday, because I usually get up at 3 a.m. and on in the UK, and they're doing the sit down in the West Coast. GMS. Oh, you know, Elder Mayakala or Prophet Mayakala. He says he even said this, paraphrasing, of course, I'm going to say it. He said that when he was in the world compared to being in the truth, he's got more things now, like trinkets, than he had. Then he's got more things now than he had in the world. So the Lord does bless you with things, man. But we don't put emphasis or put that on a pedestal, like, yeah, you know, this is, you know, that we just say, Brakti Habashim Ashat the water for your blessings, Lord. You know, But we still, Lord willing, it's like tunnel vision for the kingdom. Tunnel vision. Tunnel vision. Okay? In my mind, every single day is like kingdom, 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 kingdom. Fuck this world, man. Straight up. Okay? And that's how you should be. All right? And, I'm going to leave it there now. I think I've got my point across, Lord willing. And sometimes I forget. It's me getting up in age. And, the damn devil, we don't know what this motherfucker's putting in the air. I'm part of my French with the so-called swear words. I was just in a bit of a mood this morning, And, yeah. But nevertheless, all praises to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakakwadash. And double honors, if I have not said so, but nothing wrong with saying it again. Double honors, if I haven't said so already, but nothing wrong with saying it again, of course. Double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Double honors to them that rule well. And shalom, a hearty shalom to the prophets of that body of Great Millstone. And shalom to the 144,001 whoever you are, across the four corners of the earth. May peace and blessings and the spirit of endurance be upon you and your households. We're going home soon. And Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai Ratizah. Lord willing, let all hell break loose. Let this financial system crash. Then we're that much closer. Let that damn charagma come out so people can start taking it. And then World War III, Revelation 13:16, Revelation 11:14. The Lord's at the door, man. Anyway, shalom.